No, I cannot see. Hello, welcome to another webinar with Mentormatic. Together here with Andrey Kostyuk, the founder of Mentormatic and the CEO of Alchemy Ventures. If you're logging in from LinkedIn, ask your comments in the comments or your questions that you might have for the platform. Andrey will walk us through. Today we'll show how to set up your first session. If you missed the previous webinars, you can find them in our YouTube on Alchemy Ventures account, and we share them also in LinkedIn. The previous sessions, if you want to go through. But let's start, Andrey. First of all, because we might have new people in the watching or listening, tell us a bit about what is Mentormatic, and tell us also a bit about Alchemy Ventures, what you are doing.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Panis, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. Let's revisit a little bit what Mentormatic is. It's a next-generation AI-native professional coaching and mentoring program. We built it initially as industry-grade CRM with additional AI features, which are based on proprietary trained AI models. Today, we will be speaking about setting up the session and facilitating the session in Mentormatic. If you recall the previous webinars, we discussed how to set up your account in Mentormatic, how to set up a program in Mentormatic, and now, based on the program that is set up, we will be doing the first session. So if you remember, last Tuesday, we set up a program for our test user, Maria Carmen. So this is how it looks for you when you are a mentor of Maria. That's your program. You can see Maria here. You can see her personality trait scores. You can see her results in terms of big five personality assessment. And now you want to set up a session with her. So effectively, you going to the Sessions tab. And that's where you do that. As we work with Google and we are based on Google Cloud and Gemini AI model, we normally use Google Meet for those calls, but you can use effectively any tool which you prefer, be it Zoom, be it Teams, be it WebEx, or whatever else you want to do. So you go here to the sessions. My favorite view is week. You can have a list of those calls. You can have a month. Default is the months. So you see some sessions which took place in the past, some if there are some appointed in the future, and you just do the add event. So you give event a title, whatever it is. Let's do the test one. You can do some event description, just for your convenience. You can find yourself a time slot, how much time you need for that, and move forward. So when you are a mentor, you won't appear, or a coach, you won't appear here. You are here by default in that section, Add Mentor. But you need to find, you may decide to invite others. And as you see, this is my personal account. Quite a few people don't have the calendar synchronized, which is an error, because that way you won't be receiving, or they won't be receiving notifications. So we need to find a responsible person. Let's invite Elena, who is synchronized, and Daniel. So you invited two commenters for the session. And effectively, the same thing goes for mentees and coaches. You go through them. Okay, let's find responsible people here as well. For example, we can take this person. We can take, for example, Mark. I think Yusef is also synchronized, yes. So this is how it looks like now. Now you are inviting 5 people and you are the 6th person. If everyone is synchronized, the tool will be able to find the slot which works for everyone. You just hit next. Wait a bit and you see here some lines. That effectively signifies how many slots you have. You see, like long line you have many slots, short line you have less, you have no slots, and you have actually past slots. That's efficient in case you want to record a session which you, for example, had in person, but you still want it to be on the platform. You do it like that. You go to the past, register that in the past, and here it is. So what you need to do now is to find yourself a slot. You see, there are some slots which are not available, some slots which are available. Let's take this one, for example. Then you will need to click a point and then click Create Session. I won't be creating this session so that people do not say surprise and not getting surprised by being invited for the session. I'll just show you how it looks at the end. So if you go to the sessions, it will appear in your calendar at the date which you decide. So something like that. You can go and check this session. So this is how it looks like. No mentor information available, meaning that's you. So there are no mentors invited. In the case I was showing, there will be 2 people listed here. You'll have here the mentees or coaches you're invited. You have here your Meet link, which you can use by default. And if you don't want to use the Meet link, as I said, you can go here in Edit and just copy paste here the link to the tool you prefer. And then just go forward and save it. As easy as that. And that would be obviously synchronized with your calendar, which is connected to your platform, to your account. Just to remind you how it connects, you go to Home. And here you go to Edit Profile and Calendar Sync. Here it is. You need to just connect it here. So to see your status as green, and in your profile, just to put your availability, which dates you are available. For example, I put here Sunday. Maybe I don't want Sunday any longer. So I kind of just adjust my availability like that. Same with the times when I'm available. And finally, the time zone, just double check that your time zone is correct, so that calendar works correctly. So this tool allows you to sidestep situations when there are more than one person who is here to be in the session. Obviously, when it's one-on-one, you can use any calendar tool. But when there are more people, and the more difficult is to find the slots. So for group settings, for team settings, this is a very convenient thing. So then when you have this session, when it's there, you facilitate the session itself, obviously, not in Mentormatic. The session happens in the tool that you are using. It happens in Zoom, in Teams, wherever. The important thing to benefit from what we built is to at least turn on transcription so that you get the transcript of your conversation. Videos are not a must. It could be a useful thing, but transcripts are very important, and it became more and more standard thing to do. And in my practice, not many people refuse for that session to be transcribed. Going back to GDPR considerations, we already discussed it, but I want to reiterate once again. We built our GDPR and private data protection policy together with Deloitte Cyprus, and we don't have a single byte of data in our own servers. Everything is in Google Cloud. And Google Cloud is the one who protects your data. So if you use Google Docs, if you use Google Cloud, if you use Meet, you have the same level of data protection as if you use Mentormatic. So this is the session, and one thing which we built today, we will go to the billing part a little bit later. Let me show you how it looks from the mentee side. So we saw that from the mentor and coach side, how you build that. But your mentee or coachee can do the same thing from on their end. It looks effectively the same, but they obviously have limited functionality in terms of whom they can invite. So if we go here, you'll see that that's the mentee, and she has the same functionality. She has the sessions here. She does the same thing initially, so the same test, same description if you need it, event duration if you want it. Then when you click next, obviously she can invite only the mentor and the mentor which are in the program. In that case, that means it's me. So you can add myself. If there were more mentors, she would be able to invite more mentors. Going next, so we have unsynced calendars, although I don't think that's right. And here we are. There are some slots available. So let's see what happens. So she would choose the slot, she would click appoint, she would click create session, and session created successfully. Let's see what happens with the session. So here she has this test 31 session in her calendar. So you have here the mentor, you have here the mentee, you have the link, session notes, which can be established. And on my end, I will effectively see the same event as well. So this is now my screen. And you see, test 31, here it is. So same story, same link, everything the same, but I have two more things here. I have self-reflection tool, I have my action plan tool. That's what we plan to discuss on the next webinar, how to deal with that. So let's go to a different spot now. Let's go to see how the billing works. That's the new feature which we deployed. If you have a paid session and you have a Stripe account, you will be able to build your clients directly from the platform. So this is
Andrey, sorry, I have a question. When
Yes, of course.
When you have when you set up this event, it updates all your calendar, your personal calendars for mentors and mentees.
It goes to the calendar that you connected. If you remember, there is a connected calendar. So you set it up, it goes to your calendar as well. For sure.
Okay. Great.
So this is how the billing works on my end. I already issued the invoice to Maria Carmen, so I'm now waiting for this 250 euros from her. Not sure if I will be successful, but let's see what effectively Maria sees on her end. So as you see, when she logs in, immediately at home page, she sees my payment request. So now, if you have paying customers, paying clients, it solves a lot of headache of chasing them, billing them from a different platform, sending them invoices on paper format. Stripe will do everything for you. And that's a core functionality that we built. We will obviously enhance it moving forward, but it's already up and running and making Mentormatic even more convenient than before. So how to connect it? I can show it on Maria's end. If she is a mentor instead of a mentee, she will have the same opportunity, but it's not set up for her yet. So Shani, you come here, you just see big nice button, Connect Stripe, hit it, and that functionality will call Stripe API. You will just need to go through the process. You enter your email from your Stripe account and just follow through this guided process. It's like 4 or 5 steps, and you will be connected and good to go. So now this functionality will be released for our clients. Now it's in my private testing mode. I'm dealing with that. I think this week I will complete some paid engagements, and it will be released for general public next Monday. But it's effectively already there. So what's also interesting? Yes, Panis, please.
We have a question. I think it's related to what
Great.
you are. How to apply
Great.
for the trail? What is the trail?
How to apply for what, sorry?
For the trail, for the
Trial.
trial. For the trial,
Trial.
yes.
For the trial. It's easy. You need to, yes, let me just switch to a different tab here. So, and demonstrate share screen. So when you come to the Mentormatic page, yes, I think it's not shared yet.
Just to see here that you can use the code 2M free to get free.
Yes, no, it's shared. Yes, you go here, so through the registration, then you need to click register. You need to choose the green option because that's all they invite people to co-work with you. So if you click here and move forward, we will simplify the onboarding. We will ask you now only for your LinkedIn, and that would be that. So you go through that. It's a few steps now, and finally you come to the page with plans. So when you select a plan, and you need just to choose how many licenses you need. So we have 3 types. We have like starter with 3 licenses, we have team with 6, and scale 7 and onwards. And we effectively license each role except for the owner itself. So for a small practitioner, if you buy your starter kit, it's 90 euros a month today. So you need to have a license for you as a mentor or coach, and you have 2 licenses which you can use simultaneously for your clients. And when onboarding, you can use the code 2M free. It's all capital letters, 2 as a number, M stands for month, and free stands for free. So use this discount code 2M free, and you'll have 60 days of free trial for you to see how the platform works.
Yeah, I share the code in the comments.
Yes, please. Yeah, please share the Panis in the chat.
So they can find out.
Yes. So what else is useful here is a KPI tracker which we built. It's we're expanding and extending that. We will have the additional features in the KPI soon based on the feedback from our users. But today, if you want to track whatever, like we check the mentee, let's say we check Maria Carmen, the same one, so KPI name. Again, as you know, I'm an entrepreneurial mentor, so it's all about entrepreneurship. So, okay, let's do pitch deck. So that would be like pitch deck inf. And let's say that she's doing quite good, so she is halfway there. So we hit it here, and so we have a KPI set up. And at the same moment, Maria will see where we are in our journey with her. So I set the KPI, and now she sees effectively the same. So here it is. So now we know where we are in our journey. That's how the KPI functionality works in how we developed that. So another thing which is useful, I think I will revisit it once again, it's the assessments that your clients may or even should, I would say, undertake when you start working with them. So before the session, you ask them to go through the personality assessment. We incorporated this Big Five personality test. You can check it. It's an open source, quite popular test today, based on 120 questions. So and it looks like that. So kind of these Likert, like the 5-grade Likert scale. So when they go through that, they finalize it, and that's available for users right here in their profile. If you go to their profile, you'll see this Big Five report. Again, as it's a test account, it's completely unreal, I would say. But this is what you see on behalf of your actual clients. So quite a lot of information for you to prepare for the session. As you see, there are like 5 main traits and 6 facets for each one. It's really useful. I use it myself quite a lot to prepare for the sessions, to understand how to speak with those people. And at the same time, we are building now, and it's scheduled to be deployed next Monday, the tool for matchmaking, which will give you a compatibility score between you and your mentee or coachee in individual setting. Or for program managers, it will give you kind of a list of managers and mentees, coachees, and mentors and coaches in your program, what the compatibility score between them, so you can find the best fitting diet. That's why we built it. And on the side of the mentor, it looks as following. So you see Maria Carmen processed this assessment, and me as her manager, I receive this information. So I need to just go to my mentees and coachees, need to find Maria and go to her profile. And that would be this thing. So I can really be well prepared to the personality of my client whom I'm going to speak with. And I can effectively compare it with my own profile. That's what we're building. It will be giving me hints how to speak with this particular person. And going back to billing, by the way, the bill is working from here. You choose your mentee or coachee, go through profile, you have the bill function, and it's here. It's either one site, or it's a subscription, or it's a session pack, whatever you set up. You put here some number, what you want to charge. You put here some, I don't know, second session. And then you just need to send requests. So you've seen how request looks like. I won't be sending another one, not to put Maria Carmen deeper in that, but that's where it works from this particular place. But importantly, it's this one. So you have a good understanding of how it works. Another thing which we have here is the competency test. I think I've shown it the previous time, but just want to reiterate once again. If we speak about preparing the session, facilitating the session, I think it's the right moment in time to speak about that again. Let me go to show you Maria's screen yet again here. So these assessments, yeah, we don't launch it from assessments page for whatever strange reason. We will put it here. So now in assessments, it's just big five. But in the chat, we have competency bot. So you can start assessment. Now it's only counting again, but we are building further tests in terms of hard knowledge here compared to the psychosocial features of the character. So that if you need to, for your coachee, for your mentee to have some hard knowledge of anything, you can be, okay, we can build this test for you. This is again a trained AI model. So it works mostly based on Gemini. So accounting one was based on the textbooks we used to train the model. We manually fine-tuned the answers and deployed it. So now it creates the test questions itself. It validates test questions itself. So there's like zero human intervention. There is no human in the loop. And you get the results automatically about how those people passed the test, if they passed, if they not, and what they need to kind of focus on. So this is about preparing for the session yet again. And in the sessions for mentees, I think I will leave the rest for the next webinar, how to deal with the data that you collected. Finally, in the session notes, a mentee can build her own notes, or if you're a mentor and you want to share your notes with your mentee, there is a specific function to share. So this note will appear here. So if you click here, your mentee or your coachee will be able to build this. So it will be attached to this session and they can just complete it and save it. But if you go to the notes and see, yes, I didn't share probably with her anything, but there will also be notes which you can share with your mentee and with the tasks to undergo. So, but this is a conversation for the next webinar. So what do we do with the data that we collected after our coaching and mentoring session? So, Panis, I think I will stop here and I'm happy to take any questions if there are questions after our conversation.
Yeah. So if there are questions, put them in the comments of LinkedIn to answer them. Any updates on the platform, Andrey, for this week?
Oh, the biggest update is this functionality when you can build your customers directly from the platform. And in the immediate pipeline, we have a few things coming up. It would be new view for licensing, so how you can buy more licenses. I can effectively show you how it looks like now, though it's not exactly to the grade of readiness we would like to see. But yes, thank you for asking. Let me just share it with the audience.
We have another question. Yeah, okay, sure. You want to
Just
show
checking.
something now or not?
Yes, I'm just going to. Yes, now. So this is your licensing. That's how it works. So you have a starter package now for 3 licenses. So if you want, you can go to team and you can update your plan using, again, it will bring you back to Stripe, but in the functionality for yourself, not your customers. So you can buy more licenses directly from here. So, and that works the following way. If you have a program coming up and you have more people to invite for, I don't know, 2, 3 months, you buy more licenses for these 3 months and then you cancel those. It's easy to scale and downgrade the plan. So yes, that's something that coming up and it will be again deployed by next Monday in full functionality now. Yes,
Great.
the
We have
question,
another
Vanis.
question. Okay, the question is, do you already have a base from both? Excuse me. Let me do again the question. Do you already have a base from both sides of the subscriptions, or
Yeah.
or the subscriptions have to develop their customer base? Just
No,
to yeah.
that's a great question, and we effectively built it in a different modality than it's quite often happens. We don't build it as a matchmaking platform because in our experience it happens the way that two long tails meet here, like coaches and mentors without customers and mentees and coaches whom nobody wants to coach or mentor. And that doesn't seem to be a very good business model. So no, we built this tool for people with their own practice, obviously. That's for them to support what they're doing. Matchmaking will appear at a later stage naturally as we grow our customer base, but that's not the focus of what we are building. That's a very precise question, and that's about our value proposition. I can show one thing here so you understand how that could work. It's a community tab which managers see. Those, again, managers meaning practitioners mostly or managers of big programs. So you can find the role and you can find yourself another mentor for the program, invite this person into your program, and this functionality will be supported by the tool we've been describing about the matchmaking score. So at a later stage, we will be compare like mentees in your program with mentors not only in your program but in the community. So saying that within your program you have 80% the best score, and you see Mr. Kolmakov who has 90 with your particular mentee. You can always kind of go here and send him a message like, Boris, would you consider joining our program? Effectively, it's the same story with the mentees. They are also as managers. Yes, we have the same roles, but it would be difficult for you to understand if the mentee is any good. And today we don't allow mentees to kind of shop around and knock doors to bother our mentors and coaches because we're afraid it would be more a distraction than a business opportunity. But we are open to feedback, and if that is necessary for the community, we will definitely open that option.
great. We don't have any other questions. I think at this point we need to wrap up the session. Next Tuesday we'll be here at 6 p.m. ET time, 5 p.m. Central Eastern Europe time, to discuss about how to set up your how to turn the conversations into actions. Thank you for watching, listening. We're here to send us any question you have through the Mentormatic website contact page. Use our free trial to M3 to Mentormatic to test the platform. And if you have any more questions, send us an email or a message.
Yes, thank you very much for joining and looking forward to seeing all of you next Tuesday.